Looks crooked, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it does. I know, I was messing with it before we went live, but I thought I had it where it wasn't crooked, and now it looks crooked again. But if it is, I guess it's not by much. What are you going to do? These little bitty tripods, they are hard to work with sometimes. Okay, so what do we have going tonight? One break, and it is Prizm Baseball. It's a half case of Prizm Baseball. So we are going to go over a little bit of information here before we actually get started ripping. Just making sure that everyone is on the same page. So let's go ahead and get rolling with that. So feedback is automated. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return with no waiting. How many things in life can you say that about? No waiting. I love it. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. I always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. We're going to take a look next at what is coming up in the days ahead. So you might have noticed we had another listing that originally was ending tomorrow night, and that was for Leaf Valiant Baseball. And we were supposed to break it tomorrow night because it's supposed to be a new release for tomorrow. But guess what I found out this morning? It moved to Tuesday. That's right. Thank you, Leaf, for your late notice. Or at least maybe they notified the distributor earlier and he just notified me anyway. I just got confirmation of it today. So I did go in and end that original Leaf Valiant listing and reschedule it for the new release day, which is Tuesday, the 30th of June. So tomorrow night, we are still going to start early at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, because it's still going to be a pretty full night. And we will have two new releases, and that'll be Legacy Football and Series 2 Jumbo Baseball. We'll be breaking Legacy by the inner case, which, you know, it's still a 12-box case. It's just that Panini likes to put two of those in a bigger box and call the bigger box a master case. So it's a 12-box case of Legacy Football, a 6-box case of Series 2 Jumbo. In both breaks, Veteran Base does not ship to the teams. It is a separate bidding category. You can find all kinds of specifics in the listing description that will tell you this ships to the teams, this doesn't, etc. Both Saturday and Sunday will be off nights. On Monday night, we're going to open 3 Gold Rush autograph multi-sport jerseys. Spots will be sold by the first letter of the name on the jersey. There is a separate bidding category for multi-sign jerseys. They are all listed in the football category. We will also open a full 10-box case of TriStar autograph mini football helmets. We usually do those by the half case, but we're going to bust into the full case on Monday night and see how that goes. And then finally, we'll wrap up Monday with a 12-box case of Tier 1 baseball. On Tuesday, that's where Valiant Baseball is supposedly coming. That's where it's rescheduled to be released. So we'll hopefully be opening a 12-box case of Leaf Valiant Baseball on Tuesday night, and then we'll open another 12-box case of Legacy Football. So that's what it looks like in the days ahead. Here's what you need to know about what we are opening tonight. There's a zillion cards in here. Every card or every team will pull cards, so we do not worry about consolation cards in here. Everybody's going to have a package coming. I anticipate it will be out the door and on the way to you roughly Tuesday. Now, that is always give or take a day, so if everything goes really well, might go a day early. Something unexpected happens, could go a day later. But right now, I'm thinking Tuesday is probably when it gets out the door to you. And this is a 6-box half case break of 2020 Prizm Baseball. It is break number 2. It ended tonight on eBay the same night that we are breaking it, which is Thursday night, the 25th of June. We've got our team names there on the left-hand side. If you are a winning bidder tonight, you're going to see your eBay user ID up in lights there across from your team as we scroll down through here. And this is the back half of a case, so we don't have to worry about any sort of stuff about taking them out and deciding, you know, using random to figure out which boxes we're going to open and all that, because we already did that. We did that when we started the case, and these are the boxes that remain from that, first half we already broke, of course. So what we are looking for in here, the ultra rare gems insert and Tiger Stripe parallels. Those are both called ultra rare. Yeah, you know how Panini is, so they're never going to commit to a case hit. So We might find it and we might not, but that's what they tell us about it. We are also looking for 3 autographs per box. You'll notice it says on average because Panini likes to do a little CYA with that. That kind of covers them in case of a couple of different things. If they leave out a hit that they should have given us, which happens occasionally, it will cover that. And it also covers if they happen to replace one of our hits with Panini reward point cards. That sort of thing can happen from time to time as well. You probably also noticed that your background went a little bit out of focus there while I was talking. That's because I forgot to do it up front. But yeah, I always set the focus manually. And the way I like to set it allows us to look at our cards up really closely, but it does throw the background out of focus. So that's the deal with that. And what else? I think that's about all we need to know on this one. As we go through this first box, I'll go a little bit slower so that we'll talk about the various types of inserts and parallels and things that we see. In subsequent boxes, we'll go through a lot of that faster. But the first box, just to make sure we're all on the same page, will be a tad bit slower. I will sleeve, of course, our hits and some select other things as we go through. Then there'll be an entirely separate stack of things that I will wait and sleeve after the break. The more prominent things we sleeve as we go. The others that need to be sleeved will probably be done afterwards. And that's just so you don't have, it slows things down, you know, when I stop and do that. So I'm not gonna do it every single one as we go through, but I'll do a lot as we go through, and a few we'll save back for later. So let's get a few sleeves on the table. Speaking of, Richard's here. Hi, Richard. It has been a while since I've seen you. What's going on, man? How are things? How's it been? Glad to see you back with us tonight. Keeping me company. Richard's the only one in chat keeping me company so far. Okay, so that's just obviously just a base card. So base cards, we're never going to spend much time with them. Now we will have numbered parallels. This is the first one that we happen to see tonight. And it is Pujols. It's for the Angels. And it is numbered to 100. And I'm going to go ahead and say I think that is orange. Honestly, in here, the orange and the gold are pretty similar in color, in my opinion. But I think that one is technically the orange. This still just looks crooked to me. I don't know what the deal is. It's like there's something going on with the tripod. It's just bugging me. Sorry, I know I keep messing with it. Then we have a stargazing insert. It is a blue parallel, and you can see it is not actually numbered. So even though it is, actually it's an insert, not really so much parallel, but an insert and unnumbered. So we'll probably see plenty. There's top of the class. It is also just a base insert. You may hear me at various points tonight call something a prism and also refer to the same kind of card as a refractor. They are the same thing. It's just one company calls them one thing, one company calls them another, and I may forget and call prisms refractors at some point. This is a Kirby Yates that is out for the San Diego Padres. It's numbered to 25. Of course, it's a prism, and it's that beautiful little cracked ice that we love to see. And we've got one of our autographs making an appearance. It is Trent Grisham. And Trent Grisham is the San Diego Padres, the first autograph we see tonight. Fireworks insert, just again a base insert, which we will normally, if it's a base insert, we won't spend a lot of time talking about it. We'll just buzz on through it in subsequent boxes. But since this is the first box tonight, we go through it a little more closely. Nelson Cruz, there's a red parallel. It is not numbered either. So red prisms, blue prisms, we're going to find, I would imagine, a fair amount of them, and they are typically not going to be numbered. And there's still yet another insert. This is Manny Machado for the Padres, and that is a base scorching insert. There's a base illumination insert. It had Ketel Marte on it. And what do we have here? A silver prism. And our silver prism is Jake Rogers, and that's for the Detroit Tigers. And since he's a rookie, we'll go ahead and sleeve him now. Some of the veterans will probably sleeve after the fact. There's another blue one, Brandon Woodruff, Milwaukee Brewers. Once again, we see the blue and the red are not numbered. There is an insert called Instant Impact. We will see some of those. Hopefully some of them will be prisms along the way. That particular one was not. And here is Robert for the White Sox, and it is an insert that is a prism called Now on Deck. Here's a blue Munoz, San Diego Padres. Again, the blue and the red. We're not gonna find those to be numbered when they are the base blue and the base red. This is an example of a silver, I believe, wave is the correct term for that pattern. Those, as you can see, are numbered. It is to 60 for the Indians with Yu Chang. And then we have ourselves a red Mojo. That will definitely be numbered. Starlin Castro. And for the Washington Nationals, it's numbered to 149. So we've seen the wave and we've seen the Mojo that are numbered. This one will not be. Brantley for the Astros. Trevor, you're looking for some big hits. All right, well, I'm going to do my best. Who are your teams in here tonight, Trevor? Tell us who you're rooting for. Ramon Laureano. And here's a snakeskin parallel for the Padres with Manny Machado. It is numbered to 50. I'm trying to decide how I want to put these things that are numbered. Maybe we should, because I may recap some of it, but probably won't recap all of it. But I can't take up all the space on my table. Try to figure out the best way to do it over there. At least all the space I can reach to, anyway. More space over there, but can't reach all of it, so. Not while sitting here, anyway. And our second autograph out of the evening, it's going to be a nice one. It's for the San Francisco Giants, Joey Bart. You've got the Padres tonight. All right, well, we did get you off to a good start, didn't we? The first autograph we saw belonged to you. This nice little Prospects Prism autograph of Joey Bart goes to the Giants. An Illumination Prism insert, Yordan Alvarez for the Astros. I don't believe this will be numbered, but we're going to find out. Yep, no numbering, just a nice little Yordan base Prism insert. Tim Anderson, White Sox. Are we still in the first box? Yes, so I'm going to keep flipping those. Subsequent boxes, yeah, I'm not going to be flipping all those base red and blues. But for now, we will, so you can see that none of them are numbered. And there's Lumber Ink. Again, an insert we'll see plenty of. Numbers Game, another insert we'll, I imagine, see a lot of before we wrap up tonight. Now we have Blue Mojo. So a moment ago we had Red Mojo. It was to 149. This is an Instant Impact Blue Mojo, Bryce Harper for the Phillies, and it is numbered to 175. A Silver Prism, Cody Bellinger for the Dodgers. Of course, our base silver prisms are not generally numbered. We'll just go ahead and sleeve all those. There's not that many of them. We'll just leave them as we go. A Manny Machado Brilliance insert. And that, of course, again, unnumbered. It goes to the Padres. And I see our third autograph out of box number 1. On the horizon here, it's headed to the Blue Jays with TJ Zeuch. I'm sure I butchered that, but anyway, you know who it is. You saw him on there. Machines, another insert that we see quite a bit of as we go along. And that one, of course, was just the base version, not Prizm, not numbered. All right, so there you go. That's kind of what we're going to be seeing as we roll along through 5 more boxes of this tonight. We've got so much other baseball in-house and on the way. I'm not sure if we're going to break any more Prizm or not. I did have someone offer to buy the cases that I have left of it, and I'll probably sell most or maybe all of it, depending on what kind of deal we make, and just probably move it on out because we do still have Tier 1 is still under the roof, so is Bowman, and we've got, of course, Series 2 on the way. We've got Pro Debut, which we haven't even cracked into yet down there, and I want to say something else. There's quite a bit here right now, and a lot of it, unfortunately, is really base card heavy. So we may not break any more Prizm. If we do, it wouldn't be more than one more case of it anyway. At least that's my current plan, so we'll see how it shakes out. But I mean, we knew when once they had the shutdown, that when they started getting ramped back up, that we would probably be inundated with products in really short order and not have much time between them. And of course, a lot of the early season stuff is really high and heavy in base in both football and in baseball. So it's not surprising that we have a sudden excess of product across the board. More product than we have time to break, that's for sure. So the green will be numbered. That is Yordan Alvarez. It's coming out for the Astros, and our green are numbered to 125. And so going forward here on our base red and blues that have no patterns, not going to flip them over. I'm probably just either going to say the player name or the team name, and we'll keep moving. So that one, of course, was for the Minnesota Twins. Red Wave is numbered, and it has 99 on the back of it. Barrera for the Nationals, numbered to 99. And that is coming out for the Miami Marlins. I am seeing on these a little bit of imperfection on the corners of many of these. I'm also noticing that several of them have what I'm going to call residue kind of coming off of them where the cards were cut. With Prizm in particular, it's not uncommon to find like little residue along the edges. We're definitely seeing that tonight. Yadi Molina. And that is a silver Prizm for the Cardinals. It was facing around the opposite way, so I thought maybe we were going to have an autograph, but no such luck. But it's, I can speak occasionally. Since it was facing the other way, it might be a short print, though. Blue Mojo, Moustakas, Cincinnati Reds. Once again, those numbered to 175 when we have Blue Mojo. Here's another green one, and this also goes to the Reds. Castellanos, numbered to 125 on the green version. Here is a base blue Tanaka for the Yankees. And we have got a red Mojo insert for Pete Alonso and the Mets. That is Brilliance is the card set. And, of course, numbered to 149 with our red Mojo. This is a base red for the Angels. And here's a Lumber Ink J.D. Martinez. This one is unnumbered, but it is a Prizm version of the insert that we've only seen base versions of thus far. It's a base blue for the Oakland A's. Here is a nice little silver prism, Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. So that's always a fun little hit when you get some good rookies to come out in silver prism. We always like that. There's a base red for the Royals. A silver prism David Fletcher for the Angels. Base blue Castillo for the Reds. And Fultonevich. I really don't think that's the way you say his name either. I generally butcher it. Some people just call him Folty. And I probably should have, because I don't think Fultonevich is really the way you say it. But that's how I said it. So there you go. And that is the Atlanta Braves with an autograph hit. And then the Oakland A's. Lots of Oakland A's in every product this year. This is the first one that we see tonight, and it happens to be a Prism autograph for Sheldon Noose in the Oakland A's. And a redemption. Woohoo! Didn't we just see 3 autographs out of here? I thought we did, didn't we? Did we not? That's 1, 2, 3. I guess we had not, I guess that is our third after all. I thought we were maybe getting an extra autograph, but I myself had lost count. So right there is our third autograph out of this box. It's in the form of a redemption, and I do leave those up at the top there in housekeeping face down until the very end of the night, and then we'll flip any that we find over, all one right after the other, and then go to the Panini website and verify them at that point. See what, if anything, they are numbered to. Illumination insert, Freddie Freeman, what I call the checkerboard pattern. Panini might call it something else, but that's what I call it, and it is numbered to 75. Then we have a blue base for the Nationals and a red base for the Mariners. And box number 2 is now in the books. I think my chair is starting to squeak. Man, I hope not. My last chair was so squeaky from almost the day I bought it. And I bought this chair, oh gosh, I don't know. Maybe it's even been a year ago by now. It's been a while ago. And up to tonight, I haven't heard it squeak ever. And then tonight, I just heard a little bit of a squeak. And I'm like, oh, don't start that, you stupid chair. Don't start squeaking on me every night. But it's because I sit in it so much. Because, you know, a minute when we do the breaks, of course, but that's a minuscule amount of time in comparison to the amount of time I spend sitting in it while sorting and shipping. So it's a wonder that I don't wear out a chair every 30 days. I sometimes feel as though I am permanently attached to the chair, honestly. Definitely feels that way at times. But it's been a good little chair. Sam's Club. It's a Sam's Club special. I don't know how many of you might be members of Sam's Club, but I was thrilled to see that in-store pickup can now be done curbside. Because I love to get my stuff there, and I hate going in there because it's always busy, and with all the stuff going on in the world these days, trying to minimize most of this, I guess, the amount of time we spend in places where there are lots of other people, and that would be one of those. So I was super jazzed to see we've got curbside now. We have a green Abraham Toro. That is the Astros to 125. And Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. And this is a Prism. It's unnumbered, but we might be in a hot box because there's a bunch of them. So I'm pretty sure this is our hot box parallel. That's San Diego Padres with Baez. We have a Philadelphia Phillies, probably an autograph. It's Edgar Garcia. It is numbered to 75. It is Red Wave, and it is indeed an autograph out for the Phillies. And we've got some more hot box parallels. Jeff McNeil for the Mets. I guess technically I could sleeve these later, but we've already started now. Luke Weaver, and that is the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here is Alex Kirilloff, numbered to 10. Wow. That's pretty sweet little hit right there. Another prospect autograph, and a pretty darn good one, in my opinion. So Minnesota Twins to 10 with the Kirilloff is a pretty sweet little hit. Then we've got Jose Abreu, Silver Prism, White Sox. And a bunch more hot box parallels. Pujols for the Angels. We know these are not numbered, so I'm not really going to flip all these over. I think we've established they are not numbered, but they are parallels. Joey Votto for the Reds. And then we've got a base red Garcia for the Milwaukee Brewers. And here is Javi Baez for the Cubbies. That is a Prism insert for Scorching. More hot box. Tanaka for the Yankees, followed by Gray for the Colorado Rockies. A bunch of the Rockies, including Charlie Blackmon, have come down with COVID. Like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 of them. Kyle Seager, and that's Seattle Mariners on a base blue prism. So, yeah, I still am not sure how they're going to pull off starting the season with all this stuff going on, but I guess they got a plan. The Diamondbacks, Ketel Marte, number 275. More hot box. Nelson Cruz, Minnesota Twins. Shane Bieber for the Cleveland Indians. Mike Brousseau, numbered to 25, Tampa Bay Rays, with a hot box parallel autograph for Tampa Bay. I like that. And of course, numbered to 25 is always a happy thing. So, yeah, not too shabby so far tonight. Richard, do you think the redemption could be special? What redemptions have you been seeing that have come out of here? Richard, give us some insight as to who you've been seeing come out in Prism. On redemptions, I mean. There's Cody Bellinger to 175, Blue Mojo for the Dodgers. Illumination, Freddie Freeman, Atlanta Braves. More hot box. Eduardo Rodriguez has one, and we've got a Brilliance Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. It's not numbered either. Lots and lots of interesting stuff in the hot box here. If I can get my hands on it, that is. Paul DeYoung, Cardinals. On the other side is Evan Longoria for the San Francisco Giants. Red Turnbull for the Tigers. A little more base. All right. We have a Silver Prism Matt Carpenter for the St. Louis Cardinals. A hot box of Patrick Corbin for the Nationals. Hot box behind that is Aaron Judge for the New York Yankees. And Robles there goes to the Nationals. A silver Jake Fraley. And that goes to the Seattle Mariners. And here comes Tim Anderson, hot box, White Sox. And a Steven Strasburg, Nationals, hot box. Base blue, Kansas City Royals and Brad Keller. That is our Mojo pattern, Eloy Jimenez for the White Sox. Red Mojo is to 149. An Instant Impact Josh Bell insert, Prizm Pirates. More Hot Box. Sensu Chu for the Texas Rangers. And then a Red Rodriguez for the Boston Red Sox. I had kind of forgotten about the hot box, truthfully. Until, of course, obviously we ran across it here, but I had forgotten that we didn't hit it in the first half, truthfully. There is a blue Mojo Jimenez to 175. Eloy going to the White Sox. Yamamoto and the Miami Marlins. Manny Machado for the Padres. A blue Ketel Marte Diamondbacks. A red Wave Graterol Dodgers, numbered to 99. Hotbox Parallel Kepler Twins. And a Hotbox Nico Goodrum for the Twins. A blue Matt Boyd, Detroit Tigers. There go the neighbors with the fireworks again. Yeah, we're already almost a month in where they've been setting them off every night. Like, how many do they have, really? And are they going to stop setting them off after July 4th? Or am I just every night going to hear fireworks for all of time and eternity? It feels like that I will be hearing fireworks for all of time and eternity. It really does. It really does. I just don't understand the point of every night for a month. I really don't. But anyway, what are you going to do? Not much, apparently. Not much I can do about it. So we've opened 3 boxes. We have 3 boxes remaining of the 3. That includes, of course, the one that's coming out of the wrappers right now. So 2 sealed boxes plus the box I'm in the process of opening. So halfway completed with this break. Prizm always takes a while. Because there's, you know, a decent number of packs in every box and a decent number of cards in every pack. So it's always a product that takes a little bit longer. I've got to grab another pack of sleeves too. Just give me 1 second here while I get those. All right. Had them stashed. Had an extra case of them stashed down under my work table here. So yeah, I just had to dig around and get them. I thought I had set enough out, but I wasn't really counting on sleeving as much as I've sleeved live, obviously with Hotbox and various things. So a Silver Prizm Bryce Harper for the Phillies. That is red Paddock Padres. Ooh, there's our tiger stripe coming. All right. what I thought I would do, obviously, is just take some base off of each stack, and then we'd have a little stacked parallels sitting there together, which is what we have right now. So we have a snakeskin Tommy Edman for the St. Louis Cardinals. It is numbered 250. Then we have a blue Charlie Blackmon for the Rockies. Over here is a blue Mojo Ozzie Albies for the Braves to 175. And then our quote-unquote ultra rare Tiger Stripe happens to be a really good one, and that is Aristides Aquino for the Cincinnati Reds. Now, I'm saying that because, well, I am a big Cincinnati Reds fan, but also Aquino, he's been kind of elusive this year, so he's not coming out as much as I thought maybe he would. So I think that's a nice little hit for the Reds. Tony Gonsolin for however you say it, Dodgers red. And an autograph for Patrick Sandoval and the Los Angeles Angels. It is red parallel numbered 275. So I think we'll do the same thing. We'll just work our way through a bit of base, and then when we get back to our next hits, refractors, parallels, whatever we come across, then we'll just kind of do it the same way each time. Maybe that'll be a little more efficient. We're going to find out, aren't we, if that's more or less or the same in terms of efficiency. A red Mojo George Springer to 149 for the Astros. A silver Prizm J.D. Davis, and that is for the Mets. Oh, they're really going at it now. Can you guys hear that? I'm going to think surely you can. This Cole Hamels, that was a blue, just a blue base parallel, and there's a blue base Robbie Ray for the Diamondbacks. A silver Prizm Kirby Yates for the Padres, and a base red Ozuna for the Atlanta Braves. Very quiet in chat tonight. Everybody's really low-key. And Jay Allen hadn't been around to keep me company much the last few nights. He's been going to bed earlier because he has to get up so early. Like, I wouldn't even probably be able to consistently get up as early as he does every day. I don't think I could. Maybe I could, but I don't know. I wouldn't like it. Let's put it like that. I guess I could if I had to, but I would not find it pleasant. Moncada White Sox Illumination Parallel numbered to 125. It was green. An Illumination Parallel Bryce Harper and the Phillies, and that one is not numbered. A Prizm Parallel for Scorching, and that is Juan Soto for the Nationals. A blue Yelich for the Brewers. Here comes another orange one. Orange is numbered to 100. It is Starlin Castro for the Nationals. Some of these, boy, you know, you just aren't used to them being certain teams. I always want to say the old teams. San Francisco Giants, Mauricio Dubon. That is a base autograph hit. Richard says it's good to be retired. I bet. I don't know. I don't know if I would get bored or not if I were retired. I would like to think that I wouldn't, but the truth of the matter is I probably would. I probably am not going to be a very good retired person. I think I'll get bored. My father is that way. He could have retired, 20, 30 years ago. Well, he actually did. He took a buyout from IBM. He was a manager at IBM, and when Lexmark acquired them, which has been many years ago, he took the buyout. And so technically, he was retired after that, but that lasted about a week, and he just likes to have something to do. So my dad is in his 80s, and he still goes to work every day just because he enjoys it, and it gives him something to do. This is number 299, Eddie Rosario. And the Minnesota Twins with a red wave. And there's a red Logan Allen for the Indians. And how about this if you've got the Mets? There's a nice little polar bear autograph. Pete Alonso. It's a nice hit for the Mets. So yeah, my dad gets up so early every day. He's very much of an early riser. He always has been. So he gets up super early and he runs a little courier route, kind of as an independent contractor kind of deal. And he absolutely loves it, will not give it up, would not be able to deal with his retirement if he didn't have something to do. So he really technically, I guess, never retired. So, I don't know, I have a feeling I'm wired a bit like him. I have a feeling I won't last very long without something to do. Which is, I guess, the beauty of being self-employed, isn't it? I can always keep myself occupied. I don't technically have to retire at any given point in time, I don't suppose. Unless maybe I find the one-of-one Zion Williamson logo man. Can you even imagine? I mean, obviously, Blowout has the bounty on it of, I think, 500,000. And shortly after they published that, I think some other guy came out and said he would offer 550,000 for it. And I'm sure realistically, if the bounty from Blowout is 500,000, that probably means you could sell it all day long for 600 or more. And if it were to come out nice and grade well, if it graded high, oh, I mean, I can't even imagine what you might sell that thing for. I mean, that would be a life-changing hit for a modern era card straight out of the box. To think that you could get $500,000 off the bat is insane, isn't it? I mean, you could retire then. If you invested that wisely, you could easily retire from hitting and selling that one card. That's why we love breaking, isn't it? Possibility of stuff like that. A Garrett Cole for the Yankees. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine hitting that. I mean, what euphoria that would be. It's Trevor Story, Colorado Rockies, Silver Wave to 60. But I would think it would be pretty awesome to suddenly have a card worth $500,000. Fernando Tatis Jr., that is the San Diego Padres with a silver prism. And then we have a red Chris Bryant for the Cubbies, a blue Mojo Willie Adames for the Tampa Bay Rays, that's to 175. And then a base blue Rojas for the Diamondbacks. And an autograph, which brings us to the Rangers, Nick Solak for the Texas Rangers. Richard, you said you used to drive for adult handicap organization, but you had to give it up for medical reasons, and eBay keeps you busy. Well, that's true. You can spend a lot of time on eBay, and I could probably even spend a lot more time than I do. Like if I was not doing breaks, I still have a ton of stuff that I could just list and sell on eBay as regular items. I could probably keep myself busy for months doing just that. And then if I really listed all the cards and things that are my personal cards that I've acquired through breaks or opening boxes for myself and stuff like that, oh, I don't even know how long I could keep myself busy doing that. That is Matt Chapman, Oakland A's, green parallel 125. A red wave Zach Wheeler out next, numbered to 99 for the Phillies with the red wave. There is a base red Michael King for the Yankees. A silver Omar Narvaez for the Milwaukee Brewers. And a base red Whit Merrifield for the Kansas City Royals. Over here is an autograph for Travis Demeritte. I've never heard it pronounced. I don't know which one's correct, but that is a base autograph on a Prizm parallel for the Detroit Tigers. Richard says since he's chatting and keeping me company, he should hit a Soto autograph. All right, well, we'll see if the Mojo will deliver that to you. That would be nice. if the mojo would bring that for you. We'll certainly see if we can conjure it up anyway, right? Okay, we've got Lance Lynn and the Texas Rangers, numbered to 75. A red parallel Aristides Aquino for the Cincinnati Reds. A silver fireworks insert Pete Alonso. A silver prism fireworks insert Pete Alonso in the Mets. Trent Thornton, blue for the Blue Jays. And this, if you've got the Blue Jays, will make you happy. It's an autograph for Mr. Bo Bichette on a silver prism for Toronto. And our second cracked ice of the night comes up as Mookie Betts. And that, of course, is the Dodgers, and numbered to 25. And we've got a blue Azarena for the Tampa Bay Rays. And this will stack up here. Somehow he got neglected. I don't know what I did. I neglected this one until now. A Dallas Keuchel silver prism for the Chicago White Sox. We've got a blue Alex Bregman for the Astros. Has anybody else noticed that basically the images that are being used on the cards this year, on the stuff like this and on Series 1, Series 2, etc., they seem to be primarily the same images that we had last year. I don't think they've got any, because they've got more pictures of these guys than just the one pose. I know they haven't been able to really get any this year, but you would think they could just select a different one. But a lot of times, they seem to be the same pose that we saw last year, just in some cases photoshopped to put a guy in a different uniform. But I don't know. It's interesting anyway. So we are on our last box, which means that brings us into last box mojo time right now, where we will do our very best to bring forth some massive hits in here. Hope we can find the fire, if you will. And, of course, we'll look through all of these cards. Then we will flip over the redemption and head over to the Panini website and check it out. And by that, I mean we'll find out what, if anything, it's numbered to, etc., by using the online Panini checklist. After we do that, we will recap our autograph hits and some of a select number of our numbered cards. We won't recap all of our numbered cards because there's quite a few of them, and some of them are higher numbered, but some of our lower numbered cards will recap those as well. Then, of course, after we do all the recapping, I'll put spreadsheet information up again, and we'll talk about when you can expect your item to ship, as well as what's coming up tomorrow and in the days ahead and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of how the next few minutes are going to roll here tonight. Ramon Laureano for the Oakland A's. That is blue mojo to 175. Green to 125. St. Louis Cardinals. It's Goldie. A red for the Dodgers. A silver fireworks. Also the Dodgers. And a blue for the Nationals with Trey Turner. First autograph out of the last box goes to the Miami Marlins. It's numbered to 75 with Diaz and a red wave autograph. All right, onward and upward we go here. A silver Marcus Stroman, that is the Mets. A silver wave for the Kansas City Royals, that one numbered to 60. A silver prism Stanton Giancarlo for the Yankees. A red stargazing Bo Bichette for the Blue Jays. A red Soroka for the Braves. A blue instant impact Mike Trout for the Angels. And then we'll look at a little more base. Got a friend who's in the process of buying a house, and she was telling me today about the interest rates and how low they are, down like 3.25% or something. And I was just remembering that when we bought this house, we had to pay 6.25% interest, and that's after we bought it down by a point up front. Isn't that crazy? I know. I mean, my gosh, at 3.5%, that's, or 3.25% rather, that's just amazing. It's making me want to buy another house. Chicago White Sox, Zach Collins, numbered to 75, red parallel autograph. And whoo, look at that. That would be an ultra rare gems card, and it happens to have Mike Trout on the front for the Angels. Now again, that's kind of an unofficial case hit. You all probably know that Panini doesn't call things case hits because they don't always show up in every case. Sometimes they get left out and skipped, and other times you get more than one in a case. So Panini always calls them quote-unquote ultra rare. The St. Louis Cardinals Ozuna with a base red. I don't know why I sleeved that one, probably because I was talking about the other one. A Chris Sale blue scope that is numbered to 35 for the Red Sox. I think that's the only scope we've seen tonight. And then there's Hernandez with a base blue for the Texas Rangers. Somebody tried to jump out of the pile there, that red one. We'll take a look at him again in a minute. He's stuck to the card in front of him. All right, let's see what we can see. A silver Keston Hiura for the Milwaukee Brewers, followed by a red Dubon for the San Francisco Giants. And we have Conforto, that's out for the Mets. It's numbered to 75, numbered to 100. It's Ryu. And for the Toronto Blue Jays, a blue Colton Wong for the Cardinals, a red autograph Bobby Bradley for the Cleveland Indians. All right, so let's see what the last little bit brings us here. All right, that is the end of what is live. Now we do have the redemption that we're going to flip over here in just a second, and I want to get slightly organized with what we're going to recap so that that is ready to go, which it will be here in a hot second. Just give me 1 second here to try and get it a little bit organized as to what we will recap, because again, we're not going to recap all of the numbered stuff, just some of the lower numbered things, not all of the things, but a few things. All right, now let's take a look at, oh, maybe we should recap the hot box too. Let's take a look at our redemption and see who's on the other side. It is, oh, I cannot say his name either. It's a good one, okay, and I can't pronounce his name. Yashitomo Tasugo. That's not right. It's not right. Neither name was pronounced properly. But anyway, it's a nice hit. It's a good, it's a good one. We need to go see what, if anything, it's going to be numbered to. And just forget the fact that I can't pronounce the names. I know, it's like a problem. I'm terrible with it. Even when I know what they're supposed to be, most of the time I can't say them, like Fultonevich. Like, I know that's not right, but that's how I hear it in my head, but I can't ever get it out of my mouth right. All right, Rookie Autographs is our card set. I don't know if that'll be numbered or not, but I would like for it to be. Well, where are you, buddy? Card number 74 is what we're looking for. Yeah, they're not numbered, so, I mean, we can scroll down there, but it doesn't really much matter because, yeah, it is not numbered. That big blank space over there is where we should have the number, except we don't have the number. And I probably... Yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that it would be, but it isn't. Now, do you guys want me to go to... I guess I should go to MLB and put it up there. I mean, we know who he is. He's the Rays, but normally, of course, the checklist will tell us that, so there's no disputing it, but it's not going to tell us that tonight, even though we know it. It's not going to tell us that, and usually I like to show it, so there's no question about it. So let me just see if I can get it up here on, if I can get it to show up on, what the heck? Sorry, I've got weird alerts popping up here when I'm trying to search on Major League Baseball's website. It's like not wanting to let me, so I'm gonna have to go about it a different way, I think. Just give me a second, because I do want to put it up there. I just think that's the right way to do it, so we try to keep it pretty consistent. I'm just making sure I spell it right. I gotta have it in my hand here. And I'm getting there. Go. Enter. I'm just having to go the back way since MLB's doesn't seem to want to be letting me search. All right, now I've got it up where I can show you. There. So now you can clearly see that he is the Tampa Bay Rays, and we are on MLB.com, and that's giving us all the information there that we need to know that he is, in fact, a Tampa Bay Ray. So, again, usually that's on the checklist, but since it wasn't, I did want to have it up on the screen so that there wasn't any dispute about where he goes. That is our backup. You'll find that information, of course, in the listing description, that at any point when we're trying to recap something, if there is not a team available on the manufacturer's checklist, our next stop is always the official website for whatever sport we are in. So, P&A treasure or PSA treasure, you're thinking about a house too. I know, right? Because you're never going to find interest rates this low again. It's extremely tempting. Jason says he's Tampa Bay, and Richard says he's Tampa Bay. He is indeed Tampa Bay. You guys are right on that, right on the money. So these, of course, our hot box cards. We're just going to plow through them here real quickly. They are not numbered. None of them are, but of course the only place you will see this particular color combination is, is in the, that guy got mixed in, is in the hot box in the parallels. Now, we're not recapping a lot of the high numbered stuff, but we are doing stuff that's basically 60 or below. So there's 60 to the Kansas City Royals, 60 to the Rockies, 60 to the Indians. There's our scope. It's numbered to 35 going to the Red Sox. We've got a pair of cracked ice to 25 for the Padres and to 25 for the Dodgers. This is our ultra rare kind of unofficial case hit. It is the Tiger Stripe. It's not numbered, but they are, you know, they have some value to them. And that is Aristides Aquino for the Cincinnati Reds. Here's our other unofficial case hit, quote unquote, ultra rare. It's the Jim card. It's Mike Trout for the Angels, also unnumbered. Then we have our snake skin. They are numbered to 50. There's one for the St. Louis Cardinals. Here is another one for the Padres with Manny Machado. Next, what I call checkerboard. I don't really know what Panini calls it, but it's numbered to 75. So that is the Braves, followed by the Diamondbacks. Next up is the Texas Rangers, and then the Mets. And then all the other numbered cards that we have, I believe, are 99 or higher. I think I got all the lower numbered ones separated out. Now, if you did see another lower number one go through early and we didn't recap it right there, you'll still get it. Not to worry, all the cards ship. I just tried to set them out separately. Well, I left out the word Bay, apparently, but you guys get the idea. The Tampa Bay Rays here on the redemption, which we did verify on MLB.com, since Panini's official website did not list either the team name or the city. It is an open edition, unnumbered autograph. Bobby Bradley, Cleveland Indians, numbered to 75. Zach Collins to 75 for the White Sox. And then Diaz for the Marlins to 75. A sweet little Bo Bichette hit there for the Blue Jays. Travis Demeritte for the Tigers. Solak is the Rangers. Pete Alonso for the Mets. It's a nice hit. Dubon for the Giants. Sandoval, numbered to 75 for the Angels. Now this Brousseau is on the Hot Box parallel, and it's numbered to 25 for the Tampa Bay Rays. This is a sweet little hit, Alex Kirilloff, and it is numbered to 10. That goes to the Minnesota Twins. And then we have one for the Phillies, numbered to 75. We've got one for the Oakland A's here that is unnumbered. And here's Fultonevich, and it is the Atlanta Braves, unnumbered. TJ is out for the Toronto Blue Jays. Then we have another nice little prospect autograph here. This is a Joey Bart. That's a nice hit for the Giants, followed by Trent Grisham and the Padres. He's the first one that we saw tonight, as a matter of fact. All right, so there's the break and the recap. As promised, I'm next going to put up the spreadsheet information again. So if you missed it earlier, you're going to get another opportunity to take a look at when you can expect your items to ship. And we'll also take a look at what's coming up tomorrow and the days ahead. All the cards do ship from this break, so every single team is going to have a package of cards coming their way. We don't have to worry about consolation cards in this particular break. Everything that we open tonight should be out the door and on the way to you approximately Tuesday. If the week goes well, it might go out the door a little sooner. If the week goes off the rails in some way, it could go a day later. That's why it always says plus or minus a day. But as it stands right now, I'm anticipating somewhere in the Tuesday range. And of course, everything should be out the door on or before that day. That's my anticipation. Now, as far as what's coming up in the days ahead, we had to end the listing for Valiant Baseball. I found out that Leaf moved the release date at the last minute, apparently. It's no longer releasing on Friday. It's now scheduled to release on Tuesday. So tomorrow night, we're only going to have 2 breaks. It's still going to be a long break, probably 3 hours or thereabouts. And we're going to start at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. The listings will start ending earlier as well, accordingly. It will be a 12-box inner case of Legacy Football and a 6-box jumbo case of Series 2 Baseball. Both of those are new releases for tomorrow. Veteran Base is a separate bidding category in both of those breaks, so Veteran Base does not ship to the teams. More information can be found in the description about that. Saturday and Sunday are both off nights. Monday night, it's going to be 3 Gold Rush autograph multi-sport jerseys. Spots are sold by first letter of the name on the jersey. They're all listed in the football category, and there is a separate bidding spot for multi-sport jerseys. Then on Monday night, we are looking at also a 10-box case of mini football helmets from TriStar. We usually break those by the half case, but we're just going to swing for the fences and go for a 10-box case of that on Monday night. And then Tier 1 Baseball, a 12-box case of that will wrap up Monday. On Tuesday, we have rescheduled Valiant for that night with a brand new set of listings. Hopefully we'll actually get it on Tuesday. And then we'll break Legacy Football again under the same rules that we break it tomorrow night, where Veteran Base does not ship to the teams. Okay, so that gets all of that wrapped up for tonight. And let me get us back to the beginning here. And Trooper 13 joined in. There is no other break tonight, Trooper 13. We just had the one, so we are all finished up for tonight. So I, of course, will be back at it again tomorrow night. I hope that you'll come back and see me again then, but if not then, maybe sometime soon, right? In the meantime, enjoy what's left of the week. Look forward to the weekend. Stay safe and happy and healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.